Welcome back. So all eyes will be on Parliament this Wednesday as Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana delivers Budget 3.0. Now, while a VAT hike may be off the table, South Africans are still bracing themselves for a possible triple hit: fuel levy increases, reduced medical aid credits and tax bracket creep. With the pressure mounting, civil society and industry voices are calling on government to think twice before making changes that could tighten the squeeze on already stretched consumers. Business reporter Ntokozo Khumalo unpacks the potential pitfalls in this year's budget.
Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana is getting ready to table Budget 3.0 after two false starts in February and March. With the VAT hike now officially off the table, the Treasury is under pressure to find creative ways to fill a very real and very large budget gap. But where do you look when the cookie jar's already empty? Economists say the government could possibly look at fuel levy hikes, freezing tax brackets, and cutting the value of medical aid tax credits. Civil society says Treasury must tread carefully to avoid another impasse.
Whatever government does to fundraise for the budget, it must be offset by ways to social protective mechanisms that help protect people. So supplementing of the price of certain foods, supplementing the cost of essential goods and services, zero rating more products.
But the big red flag, the fuel levy. Treasury has kept it on ice since 2022 with a temporary cut in the same year that gave drivers a R1.50 per litre break. Gratifying while it lasted, but it came at a cost. In 2023 alone, the government collected over 82 billion rand in fuel levies.
We must just warn government that the increase of fuel affects people down the line. It affects people's the cost of transporting food, the cost of transporting essential goods. Those things affect people down the line and the poorest of the poor.
And it's not just civil society that's sounding the alarm. The fuel industry is also uneasy. Inflation cooled to 2.7% in March, its lowest in years, and a fuel levy hike could reverse that hard-earned progress.
The big concern here is that it's the public volume that's decreasing. And, considering their spend, I think an increase on that would really push down volumes that we see on the whole national scale.
In fact, Ho says it's time to flip the script, cut the levy instead.
The reason I'm saying that the industry would appreciate a decrease in the fuel levies is because we do pay a lot more than other countries for fuel. Considering Namibia, that's got the same import sources as we do, and a lot of our volume, or majority of our volumes, are imported. The fuel is significantly cheaper that side. And, for our country, at the moment where it is economically, I do feel a decrease in the volumes would actually see a bigger economical upturn, which would, at the end of the day, substantiate the amount of revenue that the government needs.
Add to this the freezing of medical aid tax credits, which haven't been adjusted for inflation, quietly saving the state 1.5 billion rand. Small change compared to what's needed, but every cent counts. Still, some say it's the budget process itself that needs a fix. Budget 3.0 is expected to bring a revised down growth, higher borrowing costs, and more tough choices. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Ntokozo Khumalo in Johannesburg.